Hi students, welcome to another session. So far we are discussing unit 3, that is basis of human behavior. We are dealing it in evolutionary way, and in that two aspects, that is biological and cultural aspects. We have discussed biological aspects as nervous system, units of nervous system, structures, functioning, and different types of nervous system. And then we are dealing with the cultural evolution. Cultural evolution, we have seen the topics like enculturation, cultural transmission, what is culture, concept of culture, and socialization. So let us move to the next topic, that is socialization agents. So this keyword socialization agents has been discussed. These agents are very important in socialization for organisms or human beings, right? Let us see what the topic is. A number of people who relate to us possesses power to socialize us. Yes, like as in the earlier session we have discussed that those who are equal power and relate to us will have the power to socialize. So that's the same meaning. Such people are called socialization agents. Those who are similar to us, most probably parents, friends, peers, neighbors. These will be those who are speaking the same language, who are of sharing a similar area will be the socializing agents. Parents and family members are the most significant socialization agents. So, as said, the relatives and parents are the main agents of socialization. Legal responsibility of childcare too lies with the parents. Yes, till I think in India it is 18 years or 21 years. The legal responsibility or 14 years, the protection is the responsibility of the parent. Okay, so that's and even it also lies with the society. Their task is to nurture the children in such a manner that their natural potentials are maximized, that their capabilities are to the extent, and negative behavior tendencies are minimalized, that are not accepted. In the earlier session, we have seen that some emotions can be controlled. Those emotions, that aggressive emotions which are negative to others, should has to be that are like antisocial. It is not acceptable behavior. So that should be controlled, and more positive behavior and the own capabilities to survive in the for the survival, which helps for the survival, can be maximized. Since each child is also a part of a larger community or society, several others influence. Yes, other than parents and family members, there are as a part of social society, and during the learning, enculturation and the socialization, particularly socialization. Teachers and peer groups say friends and neighbors, also operate on his or her life. We will briefly discuss some of these influences. So let us see what are these agents. So these people, parents, family members, teachers, peer groups are the major agents, socializing agents, which are, who are responsible in socialization. Okay. So first we will be seeing parents. So as said, they are the legal guardians until the child becomes an adult and maximize learning and able to survive in the society. Parents have most direct and significant impact on children's development. Children respond in different ways to parents in different situations. So, as it is like enculturation in that concept, there is a direct learning from parents, and there are also other concepts which the parents have accessibility, more time accessibility with the child. Parents encourage certain behaviors by rewarding them verbally, like praising. In other tangible ways, buying chocolates or objects of children desire, like toys. You can say toys. Okay. They also discourage certain behaviors through non-approving behaviors that are, say, negative reinforcements or punishments. You can say in that way. So these type of experiences, they also arrange to put children in variety of situations that provide them opportunity, variety of positive experiences, learning opportunities and challenges. So say for example, generally playgrounds, parks, amusement parks, all these things will be the situations where they take to their relatives' homes, take outside shops during shopping, etc. These are the challenging situations where the child adopts the nature to behave in a social aspect. Okay, so and so they also arrange put, yeah, there, that is done. So next, while interacting with children, parents adopt different strategies which are generally known as parenting styles. This parenting styles concept is very important. This will be with you for many years. This concept will be. This is very important concept. A distinction is made between authoritative, authoritarian, democratic. There will be generally four. Here there are three discussed, right? Authoritative parenting, authoritarian parenting, and democratic. This is related to freedom. Authoritative is a command. Authoritarian is both ways, democratic and like it is permissible way. You ask me permission, I will permit. Authoritative, I command, you do. Democratic, you have all freedom to whatever behavior you possess. These are the basic parenting styles. So studies indicate that parents vary enormously in the treatment of children in terms of their degree of acceptance and degree of control. So either child behaves in a positive manner or a negative manner. There are parents, they vary. It depends on the conditions. The conditions of life in which parents live, either poverty, illness, job stress, nature of family, either neutral family or a combined family, an undivided family, also influence the styles they adopt in socializing children. It is about the children, that is what parents and family, relatives or family members, they will all they are all the agents responsible for socialization of the children, and even they influence each other. Grandparental proximity and network of social relations play considerable role in child socialization, directly or through parental influences. Grandparents, where there is a combined family, the growth will be different. So, grandparental also availability, accessibility to grandparents also play a huge role. Okay. So these are the main points in this parenting styles is very important. In that authoritative, authoritarian and democratic parental style is there. And then status of parent, the condition, the social condition of the parent, like poverty, illness and job stress, grandparental proximity of pair is the, these are all the qualities or situations or conditions associated with parents. Okay. So moving to next. So next agent after the parents is school. School is a place where the children will have a direct access of learning from teachers. So school is another important socializing agent since children spend a long time in schools, which provide them with a fairly organized setup for interaction with teachers and peers. School is today being viewed as a more important agent of child socialization than parents and family. So most of the parents are giving access to schools for the most time because the children are able to have access about new learning methods. Since children spend long time, yes, particularly during the adolescence or in the higher grades, they spend a lot of time in education. They have school is an organized sector, organized setup, where is a family like a home is unorganized. They have a direct access, but school as a scheduled things. And school plays a more important agent in child socialization. Okay, children learn not only cognitive skills, example reading, writing, doing mathematics like calculations, logical thinking, etc., but also many social skills, example ways of behaving with elders, like peer friends, accepting roles like a student, as a son, a grandson, as, as a friend, all these roles and fulfilling responsibilities. They will learn how to behave with each other. So school is a place where it is an important agent where the children have different roles to play and experience and experiment with their roles. They also learn and internalize the norms and rules. So other important thing is they will learn the rules of the society. Okay, from where it is the school. Several other positive qualities such as self-initiative, self-control, responsibility, and creativity are encouraged in schools. So they are given more opportunities to do in schools. These qualities make children more self-reliant. If the transaction has been successful, the skills and knowledge children acquire in schools either through curriculum or interaction with teachers and peers get also transferred to other domains of life, means later stages of life. So the skills, knowledge, everything, if it is successful, those are transferred to other stages, other domains of the life. Okay. Many researchers have believed that good school can altogether transform a children's child personality. A good school, a good access to self-initiatives, to self-control, taking responsibility, being creative, being socialized, being subjective oriented, all these skills will help the children to develop their good personality, which is socially acceptable personality. That is why we find that even poor parents want to send their children to good school. So that is why in India particularly we will see parents try to give a good education to their children. Okay, so then next is peer groups. Peer groups are like friends and neighbors. One of the chief characteristics of middle childhood stage is that extension of social network beyond home. Yes, most of the school friends will be adding to family. Friendship acquires great significance in this respect. It provides children not only with good opportunity to be in the company of others, but also organizing various activities. Example, play collectively with the members of their own age that are friends. Qualities like sharing, trust, mutual understanding, role acceptance, fulfillment develop in interaction with peers. So these qualities for a personality, for a good personality, for the overall nurturing of the personality will help in these qualities will be given an opportunity. So peer groups give an opportunity to share, to have a trust, to have a mutual understanding, role acceptance, etc. Like a friend, etc. Children also learned to assert their own point of view. They will discuss, they will have pros and cons. All these things will be happening in this peer groups. Children also learn to assert their yeah, this is development of self identity. The social self is greatly facilitated by the peer group. Okay, since communication of children with peer groups is direct, process of socialization generally smooth. The main thing is parents are little aged. Social, school, teachers, etc. are little aged, but they have more freedom and direct interaction to experiment in this peer group only. So peer group is a very important agent. Uh, During the school, it is a one part. Okay, next. Next is that media influence. Nowadays, the digitization has a great impact. In recent years, media has also acquired the property of socialization agent. Yes, they are giving a lot of information uh, in in connecting outer world to the children through television, newspaper, books, and cinema. The external world has made and is making its way into our home. Now there is a the social network of Facebook also. The social networking apps applications also play a great role in getting the information, the culture from different parts of the world to the child. While children learn about many things from these sources, adolescents and young adults often derive their models from them, particularly from television and cinema. Most this television and cinema has a great influence on adolescents, people of age between 13 to 19, some age called 21. This teenage is a very energetic age. As said, the hormones also will have a great impact in this one. Okay, the exposure to violence on television is a major issue of discussion since studies indicate that observing violence on television enhances aggressive behavior. This particularly adolescents have this uh, imitation or adoption to such type of behavior. They will have vast amount of energy and destructive also at the same time. There is a need to use this agent of socialization in a better way in order to prevent children from developing undesirable behaviors. So during the adolescence, particularly 13 to 21, this age has to be monitored carefully and they have to be driven in a positive way so that they will be socially acceptable and turned to be good individuals. So next, I think this is a task which is very important, which you have, if you have the opportunity, just try to, uh, if you are in international environment, international access or the multicultural dimension environment, you discuss with your friends, you can communicate over anything, you can communicate in any device. Observe 4 to 5 families belonging to a different cultural and socio-economic background for about half an hour in the morning and evening, interacting with their children for 5 days. Just try to 4 to 5 families of different cultures in like that can be different language, that can be a language and another language speaking, like from other state, from other country, all these things. Language, country, state. You can select any of that and interact morning and evening just about uh, their behaviors, how they behave, how they communicate, what is the influence, how parents interact with their children, parental interaction, how they're using the mother tongue or anything. Just observe these things and have a brief discussion. Take a note that will be discussed in the classroom. Okay, so this is what the session is for today. Hope you got a better understanding about socializing agents, how socializing agents have a great impact in socialization. So that gives a major understanding of a topic. Thank you so much for your time. Have a great day.